Hello.
Hello. How's everyone tonight? How you from
Quick
Vixen?
one tonight.
Oh, it is going to be a really quick one tonight. I'm so sorry. Right, we're late coming on. It's been my daughter's birthday, and it's just crazy. You know, when you try and time things so that you're going to get home, and things never go to plan, and we've had a lovely day, to be fair, with my daughter, and you know, we sat and ate cake, and she was sat there with 3 of her nanas. There was two nanas from both sides, and then there also a great nana as well, which I thought was lovely, really, really nice. So, but I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh,
sorry.
Hope she's had a good day though.
Oh, she's had an amazing day. Yeah, just been trampolining today with her sister, and then yeah, it's just nice to sort of do something, you know. And then she's had a laptop for her birthday, so she's just setting that up at the moment. So no doubt I'll probably get asked to do some stuff later on.
Yeah, no doubt. How is everyone tonight? It's not going to be a long one. We're just going to basically update you all. Hi, Foundry, or Pug, shall I say?
Hi, Pug. Yeah. So we She Finds Us today is brought to you by Cupcake and Fluffy and Puck. Has anyone else got any daft nicknames? Oh, got Funky as well. Has anyone else got any silly nicknames you want to share with us? I've just realised there's some other creators are on live at the moment too. So I'm just wondering, it's a bit quiet on here, but I think we've timed it a bit bad today. But hey ho, we're here, and we're going to share our evening with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back, yeah, we're okay.
Why do I want to say that with an American accent? Yeah. Cupcake, Fluffy, and G.I. Joe. Oh. But
yeah, we're just going to give you some updates on where we're at. What was that?
I was just going to say about what we was talking about earlier on, but yeah, if you give them an update first on everything, like in terms of Evelina. Do you want to say?
Hi, Lisa. Yeah. So obviously Evelina's case, it's taken us a little bit longer to find some information on it. We are trying to contact some friends and family, which is proving a little bit difficult, but we won't give up. We will still keep going. But we're trying to get some information so we can give it to you, but it's a lot more investigating at the moment that we're having to do, so we haven't really got a huge update for you at the moment. But if anyone's got any information,
we're contacting people in Poland, and you know, some of the people we've contacted weren't even aware that Evelina had passed away, and you know that they've gone to uni with her and stuff, so it's been a bit of a shock, and we've had to deliver some sad news. But they are very keen for us to find out what happens. So we're hoping we just manage to get there and, you know, get in contact with the right people, really.
Yeah, we have got family over in Poland helping us out as well. Because obviously we're here at the moment, so we can't really do much, but we have got some family helping us out, which is good to know.
Yeah, even if in time we have to go over to Poland. Maybe we might have to go over to Poland potentially to go and get the full facts. If that's what we have to do to get it, that's fair enough. We'll do it, because I think you know, it's important to, you know, find out for her family, especially if her family are happy for us to investigate it. to go over and meet them in person, I think would be polite, really, if that's what they want us to do. So
3 days and you haven't heard anything, Pug? That's crazy. Hopefully you'll hear something soon. That's why we want to kind of get hold of the family as well, because if we can get hold of them, hopefully, if we can't get our hands on it, they will request it and then pass it to us, because it benefits them as well, because we can get it properly transcribed for them. We were saying in the members live a minute ago that they had like a family friend translating for them. Why did they not get given like a professional transcriber to help?
Yeah,
especially with all the terminology and stuff like that.
We don't know how how well the translator, the family friend, was. They might be able to do a bit of conversational English, but to understand legal terms and medical terms, I'm British and I still struggle to understand all that. So if that's coming at you in a foreign language, that's going to be doubly hard. So they should have really had a professional translator, and but we'll help with that. We obviously we've got G.I. Joe and us lot, if they want us to translate it for them, we're happy to help. Big shout out to Lisa Payne, by the way, bless her heart, because we were chatting earlier on. Fellow Scouser, hey, big ups to Liverpool.
So how's everyone else this week been? It's been a wet one this week, hasn't it?
But it's been absolutely weighing it down.
The amount of rain we've had. Yeah,
weighing it down.
We went for a walk the other day when we had that real heavy rain, and we couldn't believe how the fields literally could not handle no more water.
The difference, though, isn't it? How much a bit of rain can make. It's crazy. You sent me the pictures, didn't you? In some
and then,
video.
It literally just makes you think how hard it makes a search, in the river when it's flooded. It's like when we went for this walk, we got a tiny little stream around here, and it looked like a river, and it flooded into the fields and stuff. And
it really did look like a river, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was literally the water was near enough coming up over the top of our wellies, and I was stepping on you could see the long grass. We were stepping on that, and G.I. Joe was behind me to try stepping where my footprints were. And we know on this field it has some massive rabbit holes. So I'm walking, we got halfway, and I just started freaking out that I was going to find a rabbit hole, disappeared down this rabbit hole. I'm we can't turn back round now. We're literally halfway, so I'm standing on these long bits of grass to try and give us a little bit more height in this water. I was sweating by the time I got out of there because it was freaking
imagine if you fell as well. I was worrying about because you sent me some pictures while you were out there. You end up with a bit of a muddy bum there. Bloody hell, it was crazy. It's just isn't it mad out of it? The rain can cause chaos so quickly. Just
literally. Yeah.
Found you should be a rabbit. Should be a
literally if I
cupcake after falling in that mud.
Honestly, I just literally when we was halfway, I was then I can remember there's rabbit holes everywhere, because normally when we walk around this area, I normally as we're walking, I'm saying rabbit hole, so no one falls down them, and then you couldn't see anything. And yeah, I was freaking out. I was like, I don't know if we're going to make it. I don't know. I was like, step in. And then I'm looking up and I'm like, we've still got so much more way to go. I just literally couldn't believe it. I was like, why have we done this? So yeah, we had a bit of a laugh, but at the time I was not laughing.
No, it's a bit.
But yeah,
I remember I used to go horse riding, and then started teaching my kids how to horse ride, and it was my friends' horses, but we we'd have to go and catch the horses, and take them and groom them and get them set up, ourselves. And I went in the field one day, with my friends, and we opened the gate and I just stepped into this field, right? And I just sunk, and I was like literally knee deep in mud, up to my knees, right?
oh.
My whole welly was submerged. And then I pulled my foot up, and my welly got stuck in the mud. So I'm walking around like basically barefoot. I managed to pull my welly out, and it's all like filled with mud. And then we managed. I don't know how we managed to walk the horses round, and just to get them in it, we realised if we open the gate fully, we walked them around the sides of the gate. There was an area where it wasn't as bad, and then we had to clean horses up and everything, and we took them out. And then after that, we parked the cars in this field as well, but further on down. And my friends got a car stuck in the mud, and I mean, like there's some houses dotted around this field, and all the residents had to come out the houses and help us push this car out the mud. My friend had to phone her husband.
This is the stream, okay? So, are you able to zoom in a little bit first?
Thanks, San King. That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. So the bridge is here. Okay, this is the bridge that we normally walk over, and normally it's about 6 to 8 foot before you get to the water, because it's a tiny little stream. And it was literally, it looks like a river. So we had to walk through this bit here first, and it was, as you can see from the photo, that it was gushing over down into this little galley, like, I don't know, it's like a waterway from like overflowing water. So we stood in that, and it was like I could feel it pushing against my wellies, but it wasn't enough like to push like hard. So this was quite deep here, and honestly, it was crazy.
We
literally walked down. You could see.
You sent me the pictures, and I'm just like, oh my god, don't go in that, don't go in that. It looks like a swamp on the Everglades.
Like this stream here, a lot of the kids in summer, they paddle in it because it's that shallow, and it was crazy. And it just makes you think how like all the rain that we had, how bad it got. I think we got a video here. It is absolutely insane.
Because that's gone, that does look like a river, that's gone really wide, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy. When you think that's just
there is some nice areas around here to walk. Yeah. And it was flowing, so you could see it moving very quickly. It is. And then we walked up to the left, and it was just completely flooded.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there it's normally like
well, it looks
sandy bank.
Flowing in the River Wyre.
Like,
it's flowing faster than the River Wyre.
But it was struggling to actually, the water was really struggling to get underneath that bridge in the end. But yeah, that was our fun week anyway.
Yeah. Oh, and just
Honestly,
going back to Nikki though, and well, Peter Folding right now is out there in this type of weather searching for 2-year-olds Xylo, and he's up against it because I know they've had a lot of bad weather in Leicester as well. So, you know, if it doesn't rain and the flooding recedes, then it's a little bit easier to locate a body. But when it's like this, you know, where it's been like that like basically down south, you've had a ton of rain, haven't you? And you know that hinders any
awful this year.
It's awful, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
it's been
like
absolutely awful.
Oh,
it was funny.
It did.
But like here, it's all, you know, and it's amazing. It shows you how deep it can get. The fact that like you could normally paddle in this water, it's so shallow. And then when we saw that, I've never seen it like this before.
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, you just if your foot goes down a rabbit hole, which you know you're not going to see it, and then you know it's going to be deeper as well, and then you probably get your foot stuck in it as well. Hi, Amanda Jane.
Hi, Amanda.
Oh.
That was my worry, you know, falling down it, because my ankles are awful anyway from like an old injury when I was younger. And a slight little bit of underground, like uneven ground, it would just go, and then I'm literally like flat on the floor. And I was thinking, please don't go, please don't go.
Have you got a bad ankle as well? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've got metal. I've got a bionic ankle. I have. It's got 12 screws or 16 screws in it. They had to cut it. I broke my tibia and my fibula around my ankle joint on New Year's Eve. And it's going back a while ago.
Drunk. Yeah, no, I done it.
I got carried into the pub and then taken out in an ambulance stretcher. So slipped on the ice. In high heels.
Oh, was it ice? It wasn't due to alcohol then.
I was so bad. It was on the way in, and I slipped on ice getting out of the car because my friend was driving and he parked his car, and then I just literally took 2 steps, and to be honest with you, I thought I was going to go over on the other ankle, so I shifted all my weight onto that ankle, and then I heard like this sort of snapping sound. And then I tried to walk on it, and it felt like somebody had tied a bag of bones to where my foot should be, and I could just feel this crunching noise. So I fell over again, and then everyone's laughing at me, and I was laughing as well, but it was like laughing and crying at the same time. And then my friend's kicking me up the bum because I was on my hands and knees. I've hit my ankle. So they put us back in the car. They took us round to the building, and they were like, "I should be all right. She's gone over on her ankle." So I walked in, and like the doorman see me trying to walk in, and they basically just grabbed me both arms and carried me in, and put me on a chair, and then they had this tea towel, and he was like, "I'm not letting you see it. I can't let you see it." I said, "I'm phoning an ambulance for you." And I'm like, "No, drop it." And he's like, "No, I can't show you." And my friend, you know, when everyone else is looking at it and they're all pulling faces, like,
yeah,
I'm like, woo. Yeah. So I need to on it in the end. It looked like when I seen it, it would look like a football. I was like, oh my God. So I still got the screws and stuff in there to this day. So when I go to the airport, it like beeps all the. Yeah, all the metal.
See, I didn't break it or nothing, but it's just so weak. I was doing, you know, like you do the shuttle run, or I was doing like circuits at college, and I was doing the shuttle run, and I literally was doing that, and my ankle just literally bent in the 90-degree, and I fell to the ground, and ever since then, slightly uneven ground, it will just literally like collapse on me, and I'll just, without even any warning.
Oh, but yeah, it's like, yeah, mine can be a bit like that as well sometimes. Mind you, I've got all the supports all still in it from the metalwork, because they were like, "Do you want another operation to take it out?" And I was like, "Does it make any difference?" And then they were like, "To be honest with you, you can live with the metalwork in." I said, "We'll just leave it in then, because I don't want to go under anaesthetic and have another operation. So just leave it in." And so it's been in now for like years, years and years, and it's fine. It gives me crap every now and again, but it would do anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Hi, Sharon.
You're right, Sharon.
Yeah, but where the water was literally running out of the fields, it was like running down the road because it obviously had nowhere else to go, and it was running quite fast. So what we done was we chucked a stick in there, and so it was carrying this stick, and we just decided to walk back down the road with it. So we was walking at walking pace, and like seeing how fast that water was flowing with the stick. Bearing in mind, obviously, it was only like the overflow of the water. It wasn't a river or nothing. And we was walking. We were still catching up with the stick, and I'm like, that river why was never running that quickly.
Yeah,
it's just silly how it makes you think.
Yeah, well, I don't think I've ever thrown anything in the wire near the bench and it's actually gone downstream. Every time I've thrown something in, it floats upstream every single time by there. I've never seen anything go the way that it should supposed to go. Crazy, but
it did make us think, like High New Brunswick. It does make you think, like when they're doing their river searches and stuff like that, like what they have to, because we was walking through, like for Silo, for example, the police and campfire, not campfire rescue, the fire and rescue and all the search people, they're having to walk through these floodwaters like with sticks to try and look for him. And I just think, what a horrible job they must be doing, knowing what they're looking like. They're looking for a 2-year-old boy as well.
Because yeah, bless his heart, it's going to be tiny, isn't he? And it is like a needle in a haystack type of thing. And also, but in that area, the river had burst its banks, but there's lots of other river ways all joining onto it as well. So that if they're all flooded, it's going to just cause like chaos, in terms of water flow, because it might be flowing like in 2 or 3 different directions.
Yeah,
where one waterway meets another waterway, and then there's another one joining as well. It sounds like, imagine it, and then you're sitting there, like, and then it's peeing it down raining, so you're getting soaked anyway. Looking and doing a searching as well. Is that like you, isn't it?
Yeah, this is where Silo.
See, because you've got all the fields are all flooded, so potentially when that flooding eventually does subside, then it could be anywhere there, couldn't he, as well?
Yeah,
he could have pushed up onto a field area. So sad. I'm gutted for this family, because they just want their little boy in their arms, don't they, so they can say bye to him and stuff.
Yeah, there is like a lot of different, like you said, the river, and it just flows off into other little channels of the river, and the way that it's been flooded. And we've all seen floodwater and the rivers when it's flooded and how fast it moves.
Yeah. Funky. Yeah, in that area there's a canal that runs at the side of the river. Yeah. So that's going to make things even worse, because if the canal's flooding and then the river's flooding, it's all going to kind of like merge into one, isn't it? And that's just, it's going to be so complicated. And what we need to pray for is that we get some dry weather so that flooding subsides.
I didn't even notice you spelled that wrong, fucking camel.
I was wondering why he was talking about camels before. I'm like, is there a camel in the river?
Was there a camel running down there?
I knew what you meant, Funky. You're fine.
Oh, don't. It's normally Jen that does that.
I feel so sorry for the rescue people, because you've got all the different agencies there, you know, and the police all out, you know, and force looking, and we just got to pray that we get some dry weather and that all that, you know, flooding goes away, and then, you know, they're dealing with like normal river situation then, rather than all this on top of it all.
Yeah, we're due for some nice weather now, though, aren't we? It's just been so tedious.
But the issue as well is you can't have like Joe Blogg's volunteers going and getting involved in that type of river rescue, because you know, it's not advised unless you've had a lot of training. You know, police won't want you to be going out there and, you know, going in, you know, in case you end up you know, misstepping and then you end up in that water as well. I think, do you know what? Maybe there could be a few camels in that search, because, you know, like, drink all the water. Yeah. Need Humphrey. Fill up his 3 humps.
No, but, you know, we just keep praying every day that there's some news and he's found soon, just to give the family some closure.
Yeah. Oh, completely. It's so sad. And another thing we were just chatting about, I don't know if you guys are watching what happens in the UK. Has anyone been watching Gypsy Rose? Because
yes.
The in America. She was her mum had Munchausen's by proxy, so that meant that she was doing things to make her daughter ill, in order to seek attention. And basically they were Hurricane Katrina survivors, so they came over, and a mum claimed that they'd lost all the medical records, but that her daughter had cancer, leukemia, a number of different illnesses. I can't remember what they're all called now. And she had a feeding tube installed, and she shaved all the hair off as well. So, you know, she's saying it was due to the treatment that she was having. But, you know, they were going away to like Disneyland, and they were meeting the cast to Harry Potter, and, you know, dining with them. So it was all based on a big lie, and it was a financial fraud that her mum was doing, and she was obviously the victim of it. And she was obviously at one stage innocent, you know, as a child and being mistreated. But she actually, to cut a long story short, she got a boyfriend online, and she got this boyfriend to go and stab her mum to death in a bed like 17 times. So he was a lad. He had some mental health issues, and you know, he was quite susceptible to you know, easily led, I suppose is what we'd say. And he's gone to jail for life, and she's out now, but she influenced him. So I is anyone else following it, or is it just a Jenny thing? No, there was a
So you said she had a feeding tube fitted, yeah?
Yeah.
So does she actually have an illness to have that feeding tube fitted?
She had the feeding tube fitted because her mum said that she had a phobia of food.
Because that's what I was going to ask. It's like, how did she? I haven't seen it either, Pug, but yeah, I was like, how did she convince the hospital to put a feeding tube?
On Netflix, there's a program. It's called the Act, and you know, it's basically about her life before she got arrested. And I watched that, and I thought, oh God, I felt so sorry for her. And I was like, what would you do? You know, like, because if you're a kid and you, like, because you don't know any different, I suppose. And if your mum's saying that you've got cancer and then you're having treatments and medication, and the mum was giving her all sorts of meds at home that were making her feel sleepy, it's what her mum done was, there's no disputing, criminal. However, right, and there's a big however, she's come out of jail. She's come out of jail, and she's actually proven herself to be very, very influential. And at the same time as she was released from jail, the footage of her being interviewed by the police when they first took her in was also publicised. And you see her, pretending like, what's happened to my mum? That, has she had a stroke? Did she have a heart attack and all this? And she, and fair play to the police officer who was investigating it all, because he was like, look, we know that what's happened, because they had her boyfriends there who done it, and he was basically, to save her, he just admitted it all. But has anyone else watched it all? She's going to be mentally scarred from that. She will be. I think she really, really needs to get help. And what her mum done was unforgivable. And her mum, in my opinion, should be alive, but in jail. For life, I suppose, for doing what she's done. There's the fraud element, there's the abuse element, definitely a criminal. But did she deserve to be stabbed 17 times? And Sharon asked, her mother did have Munchausen by proxy. So it's a crazy case. It is so, like, it really, you form an opinion on it, and then your opinion will just do like a U-turn as well, because you start seeing some of the stuff that's coming out. And then she's been going on social media, so she's come out and she's got something like 9 million followers automatically as soon as she's released from jail. So some of them are supportive, but then she's been she's got married while she was in jail, and she's got a really squeaky voice, and she's going, what is it? Yeah, the D is on fire. I mean, in his dick, and she's coming out with it like it, too much information type thing. And like people are mocking her on like TikTok. it's just
has she
crazy.
been assessed like mentally?
Well, apparently, right, when she was in jail, she was offered some counselling, but she declined it.
Yeah,
that's the birds on the street is.
What's to say that she's not going to come out and do it to someone else and like?
This is it, really. That it's like her way of dealing with things. It's like, this boyfriend of hers could have phoned the authorities and said, I think you need to take a closer look into this girl, because she's in a wheelchair. Everyone thinks she can't walk. So all she has to do is stand up and walk in front of the police, and they're going to go, well, that's not right. But her mum, before appointments, her mum was like drugging her with drugs, so that she wasn't really like with it. And she went and tried to get like a conservatorship, or basically she's saying that she's not mentally competent, but she's very mentally competent and very influential. So I just wanted to put it out there because it's something I was watching the other day, and I thought, I wonder what you guys think of it. But
that's a hard one, isn't it?
It's so hard.
It's a hard one because like a parent putting a child through that it's unforgivable.
Yeah,
but
to do that, like what? It's money orientated, obviously. She's done that to facilitate financial crime, hasn't she? But
yeah,
it's just crazy. It's just because
like,
I really
everyone gets pushed to their limits. Was that the only way she could find a way out?
because she did try running away one time. She did tell someone else, another man, who was like, she just found out, she thought, she didn't even know her own age. She thought she was, I think she thought she was like 17, and it turns out she was 19. But this man was, I think, a lot older, like maybe like late 30s. And he said, come and meet me. And she ended up hitchhiking, and she met up with him, but she'd left her phone behind, and her mum tracked her down within hours and went to his house and was like, calling him a P, and said, you realize this girl's young, and Gypsy Rose was like, I know how old I am, and I'm allowed to be here. And her mum was like, basically, get in a car now, otherwise I'm calling authorities. And he said, get in the car, because it turns out that he was actually on parole or something. But oh my god. So she tried to run away, and her mum tracked her down. So maybe she thought every time she tries to run away, her mum's always going to be able to track her down.
Yeah.
But it's drastic, isn't it?
It's still that planning. She was obviously on the internet to like get this online boyfriend.
Yeah. And she'd been talking to him for 2 years.
Yeah, so she was online to be able to do that. Surely she could have been online to get like the right like police and children's services and that involved.
Yeah, really, like, if anyone with any common sense had realized the situation, they would have just got the authorities to go around there, and social workers, police, and taken her away. In fact, I think that might have happened, but they didn't ask her the right questions. They just took her in the next room. So her mum's in one room, she's in another room, kind of like in earshot of each other. And then they're like asking her some questions, and she was scared of her mum, and she couldn't say, like, actually, I can walk. There's nothing wrong with me.
Wow. She was engaged to another lad before the one she's with now.
Lad in jail as well, wasn't she? She got engaged to another lad, and then he didn't. He started getting attention because of it, so he called things off because he didn't want the attention. And then she met this other guy. Let's just say he's not very attractive. People are commenting about on how he looks, but he's from he lived in the area where her dad and his family are all from, because she had a dad as well in all this, but they lived for like a really long distance apart, and he wasn't really sort of seeing a lot of her. He was paying, but he wasn't able to see her a lot because of work commitments and stuff. It's honestly a crazy story.
Was she in a mixed jail, or was it like she in an all women's jail?
It was an all women's jail. She was meeting these people because they'd followed, because the act got publicized just as she went into jail. So like it's a drama program, just explaining based on a story, but not factually accurate on a lot, on everything. But it made people feel sorry for her, so she started getting a lot of fan mail and public attention. So then you get men writing into jail and saying like, "Oh, I'll look after you." And then she met her husband, and she got married while she was in jail, which is crazy, because I was like, why don't you wait till you get out and get to know him properly? The meeting in the visiting room, they can't even hold hands.
Yeah, I just can't get my head around all of that. Like, I know some people like to they like the jailbirds or the jail men and stuff like that, but
yeah, you get people who do like a bad girl or a bad boy, don't they, and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. Well, about her husband, her current husband, said the reason he wrote to her was because his friend was going to write to another lady who was in the public eye, and then he said, "Oh, you write to her, and I'm going to write to Gypsy Rose because I think she's cute." And then he wrote to her, and he didn't think he'd get a response, but he did. And then he went to visit her, and then, you know, and then he said that they fell in love and he proposed and everything. But she was engaged to another person before that, again in jail. So it's just visitors that are going in to see her.
Crazy. I have to watch that.
Honestly, it really, really bends your mind, because like, so, you know, like you're watching it and like what her mum did was unforgivable. It really is shocking at how anyone could do that to her own child. You know, no amount of money would, what, you know, make me want to put my child through any form of suffering. And her mum's done that, and her mum's, you know, has got this feeding tube installed, which then means that she can put medication in that feeding tube, and Gypsy would have no clue what she's getting. And she was starved. She was skinny, like a waif when she got arrested, really, really skinny. And her mum was saying, like, you're allergic to sugar. She was just telling her all this stuff. You're allergic to sugar. You can't have this. You can't have that.
Crazy.
Oh,
I will definitely watch that, though.
Definitely watch it for sure. You know, it's definitely something that is, you know, really thought provoking. And just say about the funeral parlor, Funky, where 35 bodies of people who had the funeral because they were giving out the wrong ashes to the wrong families.
Well, see, this is another one I've not really. I've not had a week. I've had one of those weeks this week that I've not really watched a lot of TV news and stuff like that. I've seen things popping up, but I've not looked into it. So was it actually like 35 people's ashes that they found?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they discovered it, but it was basically like there was a case where this funeral parlor were just obviously like you know, taking people, you know, oh, it's heartbreaking when you think of it. You know, these people are like you know, saying goodbye to their loved ones, and then they, you know, you trust in the funeral parlor, and then they're given, you know, a jar of ashes, and it's just not that their loved one, it's just random ashes. And Dover and Dolly, I heard about the funeral home across the pond, and they've got caught with more than 150 bodies. Oh my God, Dover, that's like shocking.
So did they have? That is really shocking.
I bet there's more.
Do they have reports or something to go and investigate this place?
There must have been some question, I suppose, to go and investigate it. I don't know if somebody's gone in undercover. I don't know. Does anyone know how they found out? That many neighbours smelled it, and that's how he got caught out.
Wow.
Is that the same? But it's shocking, isn't it? When that I find that so disturbing, because obviously you know, I've lost my partner and everything, and you know, I've got ashes here for, you know, so it's going to go into some jewelry for my daughters. You know, just going to make it into a pendant so that they can put it in their the memories box, or wear it if they want to feel their dad's close to them. So you think how precious people's ashes are.
Oh, no,
it's just awful. So is it unattended crematoriums then that they're doing? Because sometimes when it's a person that don't have any immediate family, maybe they've got that contract. But then you don't know, do you? Because obviously some of the ashes, they need to go somewhere, don't they? And there must be some. No, I know in this case there's definitely some families that are absolutely devastated by it in the UK.
I'm going to try and bring it up because I've not really. You know, when you see it, but you don't really read into it yet.
So, this was in America. Sorry, Dover. I've got the wrong end of the stick there. I'm scrolling past the comments. Oh, it's awful, though, isn't it? It's just, you know, when you look at things,
trust again, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You know, you really you trust these undertaker companies, and you know, so some of them, you know, you got the cooperative one that tends to be you know, I think that's like a sort of government funded one, isn't it, to help people with the costs. But then you get like a lot of private ones as well, and you know, are they regulated? How are they regulated?
Yeah.
Sharon's saying there's different packages, and went on the website in Hull. Yeah, because I think some of them are like cremation only, aren't they? And then some of them are cremation, you know, with a short service or memorial, and then sometimes, you know, if it's somebody with a lot of loving relatives, you know, they might have like an extended package, perhaps. You know, where, you know, there's a lot of people getting up to speak.
Right, hold on. Right, yeah, you can see it. So I've just got it up. So police believe they have contacted all the families of 35 people whose remains were recovered in a raid in the Hull funeral home.
Oh my god! I can confirm his identity. It's terrible, isn't it?
It's crazy.
The thing is, there could be more as well, and there could be other funeral homes that are doing the same thing, isn't there?
Yeah, so more than 1,500 calls have now been received to a phone line for people who use this for funeral directors.
Wow. Oh, it's such a shame. I just feel like so sorry for these families going through all this. One of the ladies thought she had her husband's ashes and made it into jewelry, and it turns out that her husband was in a freezer. Shit. Oh my god.
Wow.
That is just sick, isn't it? And
Can you imagine that, though?
They had their own chapel, and they were going to do the cremation after, but never did. It's just sick, isn't it?
I bet my dad was not even in the coffin. It was an empty coffin. Wow.
Oh my god. The thing that, like, so I suppose anyone who's used that company is going to be doubting for their loved one, aren't they? And they're going to want to get it double checked. And it is just that, you know, these are the only cases that we know of, because I suppose at some stage, you know, that company would have eventually disposed of the bodies, but that family still haven't got the correct ashes. It's heartbreaking. That really bothers me. That does. You know, I've got my partner's ashes in my bedroom. You know, because I know it's mad, but it makes you feel close. That, you know, I believe spiritually he's with me, but I've got them here, and then obviously my intention is to make them into jewelry like that lady did for my daughter, her dad. You know, we all loved him.
I can't even imagine. I can't even begin to think how they've even got into this situation. So
that's
like to pass on someone else's ashes, or like potentially an empty coffin, like that woman just said. How did they get into this situation to do this?
Because so they're obviously charging for the funeral, and then they're saying that, yeah, we'll you know, you know, have your partner, you know, put to rest, and but they're not doing that because it might be like to save money, perhaps, or maybe, it boggles my mind. Are they doing it when they eventually get round to putting the people to rest? Are they doing it in like a few people at the same time? It's horrible. It makes me want to be sick, to be honest with you.
TW16, they do need locking up for life.
Yeah.
It's just unimaginable, like what those families are going through now. Not knowing.
I'll tell you what, there's a special place in hell for them who
Yeah.
are doing that, because they are really, really distressed. All those families, like they've got the 35 confirmed cases, and then the possibilities of more. Oh my God.
They were in debt, Volunteer 56 just said.
The funeral parlour were in debt. So they're just trying to cut back. It's
just I just can't get my head around it. So you can imagine how big this is going to get now. So all these families that, however long this company's been doing it for, that has had funerals through them, if it's a burial, all these graves are going to have to be dug up now.
Yeah.
Potentially to check.
Should we investigate this one? This might be something. I don't know if I'd be able to do it, because it's a bit too.
I think they would charge you for cremation,
too raw for
not
me.
cremating any of the time. Oh, at the time. Then possibly putting parts of the deceased in other coffins when others had burials.
Oh
wow!
God.
This. It goes to show you, doesn't it, how all of this now needs to be constantly checked. And
yeah, well, they need to have a way of verifying it. So maybe they need to have formal checks that it verification that that person has actually been put to rest. It's awful, isn't it? Because I suppose you could get these independent funeral homes opening up, and then is there a verification body? What's the words I'm looking for? Like how banks are moderated and things. Does that not extend to funeral homes and stuff where people's dead bodies are being dealt with in the appropriate manner? Because I suppose whenever you go to a funeral parlour, you're signing a contract with them, aren't you?
Yeah, no, you are. And you've got faith in that funeral parlour to have that respect for your family member and to look after them. That's their side of their contract, with respect.
Treated with respect and honoured. And then obviously at the end, if you're giving some ashes, they are actually your loved one's ashes and not just ashes. But it makes me sick. It really, oh God. And we don't know how far wide this scam is going. It is a scam. And I don't think that this one is the only one in the world that's doing this either.
Yeah, Foundry, could there be more to this? For example, organ harvesting operation. And then TW said there's also talk of selling body parts too. It is disgusting.
Because they could be selling body parts to research or doctors or whatever. But ethics is just the big words here, isn't it? And that's unethical. I would sign a form to donate my body parts to science if it was helpful, if they wanted to do anything, as long as I was disposed of respectfully at the end and put to rest. Because I believe that if that was help in any way, that would be fine. But that would be a choice that I would make. I'm an organ donor. I'm on their official list of organ donors. So say if I was in a car crash, for instance, I'd rather my heart go to somebody and help them live. That's my choice. So I'm not saying or preaching to anyone that that's what they have to do. It's just an individual choice, isn't it? But if somebody passes away and you've signed that contract, yeah, it regulated. It's unregulated. That's what I was thinking. Back's volunteer. They need to do background checks. They need to verify that they're doing the job properly. They might, do they have to send in, people to go and watch what's happening or install cameras?
I think it's going to have to be done now, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
With this coming out,
it's horrendous.
There's always a couple of people that always make you lose faith in stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
This is so unimaginable that you would never in a million years think that this would happen. And how did they even think they was going to get away with it?
Yeah, right. I know. I remember reading it, and I'll be honest. I was reading it in the news, and I kind of winced away because it was so close. Because I've recently lost like somebody who was a key part of my life, and the thought of that happening, it literally does make me want. I'm holding back vomiting. It's horrible. It's just gross. There's just
I can't even imagine what those families are going through.
If I found out that had happened to my partner, and oh God, because of all the peace of mind that you get from knowing that they're okay, they're at rest now, that gives you peace of mind, and then to have that all taken away from you, Jesus.
Do they know yet how long they've been doing this for? Like, not running the funeral business, but how long they've been potentially not burying bodies?
I think it's still being investigated, to be honest. From what I read about it, it's like being discovered, and they're doing an investigation. If these people if they want to save their soul a little tiny bit, they'll come clean and just say exactly what the hell they've been doing, and confess to what they've done, not cover it up, so that these families
just need to be put back in front of all the families they've done this to.
Yeah, obviously they need to apologise minimally, but like that's the least they can do. Wow.
And see the upset that they've caused. They should literally be put in a room, not so anyone can do anything to them, but just have them sat there in front of the families and explain why they've done what they've done, and see the hurt and destruction that they've caused all of these families.
Yeah, I think that basically let all the families read out a victim impact statement to them as well, but let them explain what's happened if they're prepared to do that. If they're not prepared to do that, wow.
TW16, 3 years doing this.
Wow. It's a scam, isn't it? It's just
it's a long time
orientated, isn't it? And if they're having so maybe the government needs to look at funeral parlours who are looking like they've got financial difficulties, because if I was investigating something like this, I'd look at them all, and that they've arrested a father and a daughter. They said on the news, and a pending further investigation. Thanks, Samantha Jane. Oh, do you know what? I imagine it going to court. I don't think I could cope with sitting in, like, on a jury or anything like that, listening to all that.
So they're on remand now, or out on bail. I think I read they're out on bail, which I totally and utterly disagree with.
Oh my God.
They should not be allowed out.
These people need to be in jail forever now. At the end of the day, the amount of hurt they've caused, the numbers of people. Wow.
Funky. It's nice to have chit chat about different news stories. It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, there's so much going on in the world. Literally so much going on.
Volunteer said they've been struck off company's house on the 12th of March. So I think that they need to put a full-on investigation into this happening elsewhere. And if there's any funeral parlours that are having financial issues, they might be doing some sort of scam in order to make things flow. But at the end of the day, who are the victims here? The victims are the families who are left behind and who've been completely lied to. And the people behind this need to be in jail, in my opinion. So it's Robert, James Bush, Vicky Bush. Thanks, volunteer.
I think we'll look into this a bit more, because if it is true they've been doing this for 3 years,
yeah,
you would have thought that there would be a hell of a lot more bodies for 3 years. Like, amount of people, like, you think someone dies pretty much every minute of the day, they say, in the world, don't they?
Well,
I know this is just one area.
We've had C words going on, haven't we? We've had the C word, which has increased the death rate significantly, haven't we, over the past 3 years? So why was this happening? You know, it was, and I right, putting me banking heads on here. What I'd love to see I'd love to see how the cash flows worked, because surely it's just, they have a sum of money paid, and that covers the correct disposal, and of that person. So are they squandering money and embezzling money out of their companies? And the incorporate.
Yeah, because you can't even say
October 2010. So God, they've been going on for like potentially, like from 2010. That's like potentially like what, 14 years, 13 years.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't even say that period from 2020 to now has impacted the business, because from 2020 a lot of people died.
Yeah, because we've had the C words, haven't we, where everything, all the death rate went high, didn't it? And so they should potentially have had a lot of turnover in terms of their company. So why are they having financial issues? It doesn't make any sense. Really doesn't. I know that
there's going to be a big.
It's expensive to do what their service has got a lot of costs incorporated into it, but obviously, but whatever their contractual fee is should cover that. So they're trying to cut corners to make more money, and they're doing this to make a bit more money.
TW16, because some families wanted crematorium funerals, so the crematorium staff had to have bodies. They only could do it where families agreed not to go to crematoriums to save money. It's just mind-boggling.
Oh, it is. It's just that. Yeah, but Amanda Jane, it's the families, isn't it? Like that would really, really distress you if you're a family member and you've put your loved one to rest, and then you find out this is happening in the background. And then New Brunswick saying there's a lot going on in the States too for this as well. You've got a case of like 150 in one of the funeral parlours over there. They really need to regulate it. Maybe they need to put cameras up. I've heard, right, I've got a friend whose dad is a doctor, and part of his role as a doctor is he actually goes to the crematoriums and he like quadruple checks that person is definitely deceased before that body is put to rest. So so some funeral homes will go to the trouble to have arranged for that to happen, and then you've got other ones where they're putting them in a freezer.
TW, they had their own chapel and parlour, so had services where the families agreed to do a cheap funeral. They probably had financial issues as led a lavish lifestyle, cars, I guess, big houses, etc., and holidays. They probably did. This is probably where it's all boiled from. But if they've been going for 14 years,
that's utter greed, isn't it?
They've got, they potentially could have 14 years worth of investigations to do.
Exactly. Really, like any investigation needs to go from whenever that company started trading to today, and to have verification on every single contracts, with a family that they had, so every single death that they managed, they're going to have to look into and make sure that went as it should have gone. And Foundries just said the company received a 40 grand sea-related grant in 2020 as well. So they've actually having money in terms of government grants, and they're doing this as well on the side. It just honestly, it makes me feel sick. It's horrible.
Yeah, there's just no words for it. It's just absolutely disgusting.
That would really, really fuck my head up if that happens to anyone I loved. I've lost a lot of people recently. I've lost my partner, and then I've lost my nan was last year as well. And any of those people, my loved ones, geez. I don't know if I could keep me calm if I had to sit in the same room as a person who did that, No,
that's why I did say, like, safely, because, you can't control your own anger at that time, can you?
No.
When someone's put you through something like that, you can't control your own anger. So it would have to be done safely, because then potentially you would be in trouble for it.
Maybe they shouldn't put him in jail, but things happen, don't they? Oh no, it's awful. Realistically, these people need to go to jail for the rest of their lives, because all the people that they hurt, all the families that they've hurt, they've given them a life sentence now of not being able to put it to rest that their loved one was dealt with respectfully.
And it shouldn't be the jail how they are nowadays, because they still get a good life in jail. It should be like back in the olden days where they get nothing.
Just like ankle chains to a blooming cold pillar and thrown some bread and water. There you go.
The driest porridge you can ever get.
Oh my God. It's awful. It's maximum sentence for this charge is life imprisonment, but I bet they get 6 months. Jesus, if they get 6 months,
there would be outrage if they get 6 months. Literally, I can imagine that. How the hell do they sleep at night? You're right, Amanda.
Yeah. Well, technically, it's like what they've done is almost like re-killing a person, because they're supposed, like, they're doing something unlawful to a person's body, and people should have rights, you know, with their body. It's their body, whether they're alive or not, because obviously the responsibility goes to the family, but that, you know, if they've got the contract to put that body to rest in a certain way, and it's written in a contract which, you know, is signed between the funeral parlour and the family, and that doesn't happen, I should think that should be viewed as like on the same par as murdering, really, again, because they've basically mutilated. They've mutilated.
It doesn't matter whether they're alive or dead. They're still a human being.
Exactly.
You still treat them with respect.
TW, yeah, I think they would be hunted.
Yeah,
for sure. I think, you know, at the end of the day, they'd probably be safer in jail. It's awful.
New Brunswick, zero respect for the ones that had passed. No, none at all.
Gosh, it's awful, isn't it? Some of the stuff that happens. So, just changing the subject slightly as well. Has anyone been watching that Shanda Van Der Ark? And she had a 14-year-old son. This is in America. And she basically, he had learning difficulties, and he was disabled and stuff, and she was torturing him and starving him, and she was giving him hot chili sauce to eat, and he was, you know, like all skin and bone basically, and she was putting him in ice baths and punishing him like that again. That's a case that made me feel sick. And she was getting his elder brother to help her, but you can see from the text that went between them that she was like giving out the orders: put him in a cold bath, give him some bread, but make sure it's got loads of hot sauce. And when she says hot sauce, she's gone on to Amazon and they've bought like the hottest sauce that you can possibly get, you know, that costs about 35 quid. I don't know if anyone's seen that.
You're right there, Sharon. Without sounding like I don't watch any TV.
You not watched that one either? I just sit and watch. I probably will horrify myself. I'm like, no wonder I don't sleep very well at night.
I think I've been trying to beat G.I. Joe on Mario Kart too often. I'm not watching TV. I'm missing a lot.
Yeah, maybe I need to get Mario.
Oh my God. I just don't even know like anything like this without opening up the can of worms. I just can't even understand how anyone can treat anyone like that.
Yeah, Sharon's just said money is the root of all evil, and it damn well is. And then and Sharon's just said about Shanta Van Der Ark, her son has received a life sentence for this part in his brother's murder, because basically he's getting done for child abuse, but he's abuse, not murder. He hasn't got parental responsibility, and she has been manipulating him. And I often, when I was watching it, I thought, well, what happens if you turn around to her and says, like, no, I'm not doing that, you know?
And Jan, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I literally feel like I'm so out of TV not seeing all of this.
Yeah, I haven't watched a horror channel either. Oh my God, it's on it comes up on my YouTube, you see, and I sit there, and it's the algorithm for my YouTube thinks that I like to watch a lot of court cases. You know, a lot of the time it's Judge Judy, and I have a laugh and stuff. But then this came up, and I was like, wow, and I started watching Shanda Van Der Ark's case, and then following the details of it, and I was just like, oh, you know, she's a mother. This is her kids.
Sharon agreed. Sharon said, I watch too much YouTube on my Android. That's where I'm going wrong. I'm not watching enough YouTube.
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Well, because I find it relaxing to, you know, like put YouTube on and you know, and it just goes through like playlists and you know, and yeah, I get a lot of court cases coming up because I watched like the Brad Pitt, not Johnny Depp. Oh my God, my head's going today. Is that blooming funeral parlour? It's that my head's left. I watched Johnny Depp's court case. And you know, and then so the algorithm now thinks I watch court cases all the time, and then I get all these horror stories popping up, and then it just completely it just takes your breath away. It really does. How sick people are.
Yeah, it is. It's insane.
You know, it happens.
So we watch a lot of the true crime and that on Discovery and that, or on Netflix. We watch quite a lot of true crime on that.
Oh,
I was watching that on BBC iPlayer the other day. I can't remember what it's called though. It was about forensics.
Oh yeah, I watched that. Yeah, it's CSI.
Yeah, the real CSI. Yeah,
yeah.
And how they
that's amazing.
Yeah, how they do forensics and
how, because there was a girl that got raped by two different men, and it was like about how they managed to prove that it was both men that had done it and everything, wasn't it, through forensics?
Yeah, Sharon, Madeline Soto.
Maddie Soto. Oh, bless her heart. That's all going on as well, isn't it? That's in the US, isn't it? There's I was watching something about that the other day as well. I haven't fully followed the case yet. I'm on that one at the moment.
Volunteer from Daily Mail. Why scandal at horror movie funeral home may not be an isolated incident. It does make you question a lot now, though, doesn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah. I'll be honest. My gut feeling on this is it's not an isolated incident. I think it's a scam, and people in that industry might be aware of. Oh, we could do this. You know, maybe it happens occasionally. You know, just to get a little, you know, a few extra grand in the bank, or it might happen a lot, and you just don't know. But if it's just happened, what, you know, one time is criminal, isn't it? But 35 times, you know, and then, you know, I'd put a big plus sign on there as well. You know, that's what we know of, isn't it? Yeah, it's I was gutted watching about Maddie.
I don't want to say it.
Because she was missing, wasn't she? And then, you know, I was praying for her, like, oh, please let her be okay. And then we had the tragic news that she wasn't. And it's just, they're investigating it all right now, aren't they? And, oh. Her mother's boyfriend charged with over 60 charges of SA. So 8 years to 13. Shit.
That's just...
Oh, bless her heart. Oh.
Heartbreaking.
Oh. There are just some people are so evil. But yeah, like I was watching the interview with his stepdad, and he was talking, and I was just like, oof, he just gave me the creeps, like big style. It's just awful.
Did the mum know that this was going on?
I know, it's like, because obviously I haven't got a partner, you know, I've got daughters here, and part of my chain of thought is I don't think I want to have anyone else in our lives, because the biggest important thing to me is raising my children safely, that I can say hands on heart, you know, that they're safe, and you know that they've had all my attention. So I you know, so, obviously, like, you know, their dad's he passed away 3 years ago and everything, and I've just thought, I can't get anyone to replace him. I won't get anyone to replace him. But you know, I don't think I could trust anyone around him. And then you hear about monsters like this, and then, you know, it kind of like justifies my chain of thought, doesn't it?
Yeah. So he's had 8 counts of SB on a child under 12, 5 counts of SB with a child 12 to 18.
And a mum worked in Disney World.
7 counts of lewd molestation, 40 counts of unlawful possession of materials. Oh, I can't even read it.
It's just there is just some really sick people out there, isn't there? It's just wow. It's like what you see on a soap opera, but this is reality, isn't it? This is really actually happening to these poor people, and oh god, it just makes your blood boil, and you just, you know, there are so many good people in this world, and then there are just people who are so depraved that they can do things like this.
But how would you not, for that amount of time, how would you not notice something was going on between him and her, and like her daughter's behaviour and stuff like that?
Yeah.
She's appeared to have gone into hiding and loyaled up. I think she's involved. Hi, Ellie. That is just...
Because you do get cases where women are fully aware of it, you know, and that in fact they can be encouraging of it as well. I'll tell you who's really good. Danielle Kirsty, her name is Danielle Kirsty, and she puts the makeup on when she's talking about true crime. She covers cases in the, like, all around the world. You know, and she's from the UK. But she's so articulate, and she studied law, and the way she puts across these stories is just phenomenal. I've just got so much respect for that girl. She's just amazing. If you ever like sort of want anything to watch regarding true crime, she's always a good place to sort of get some ideas from. Have you watched it, Michelle?
No, I haven't. I don't watch. I honestly don't watch much TV on YouTube. Seems like I don't watch any at all.
She's on YouTube. If you type in Danielle Kirsty, it brings it up, and it's true crime, and you know, she's a big channel. She's covered loads of cases, and she does it so well. She's putting her makeup on, and she's always got you can tell what colour eyeshadow she's going to put on, because by what colour nails she's got on. She's got green nails, you know, she's going to have like a green eyeshadow and stuff. But she'll talk about the cases. But watching her put her makeup on is relaxing as well. It kind of like normalizes it a little bit. It kind of makes you feel a bit more comforted, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Pug, I'm so glad you're like me. I feel like I don't watch anything at the moment with all this. Amanda says she agrees. I think she said she see her that morning, but they think she was already dead an hour before the time the mother said she'd seen her.
Oh my god! So the mum's lying then. So the mum's trying to cover it up, and she's all being loyal to her partner. That's just gross.
Disgusting. Hopefully she will get locked up as well.
Yeah. Well, like, you know, it's the damage is done, isn't it? That poor girl has lost her life. Found you 55. Would love to compare YouTube playlists. Are you the same as me then? You getting all these coming up as well? I watch things. I am interested in true crime. You know, I watch other stuff as well. But yeah, I love what I find court cases. They're like interesting. And you know, like I think it started off with watching some of the live court cases that they have in the US, because I think that's great that they've opened it up.
Yeah.
You know, the US, like they actually, you know, you can watch their court cases live. What do you guys think? Do you think they should do it in the UK? Because you know,
I think it should. I honestly do believe it should do, because some of these cases, like this, like funeral parlor, for example, it's a lot of people are going to be following this now, and to watch it live while it's in progress, you're getting the full.
You get the full story, don't you?
Yeah. So you're not getting just like the odd press release.
Yeah, because you get the full insight into how it's been investigated, and you can also physically see their reaction to it. Like this Shonda van der Ark, they showed her pictures of her son taken after on the day that he passed, and she actually vomited, or fake vomited. They're calling it. I remember Amber Heard, and she did the fake crying. Well, they're saying it's the first that they're seeing somebody like fake her. Like she was like, you know, and then you know, she just sort of ducked down behind the podium where she was like sitting, and yeah, they're saying that's the first. But you get to see that reaction if you see it in reality.
Exactly. Sharon, she was seen in the car with her boyfriend, apparently deceased, and he dumped Madeline's school bag and laptop in condo bins at 7:25 a.m. when the mother says she saw her getting ready for school at 8 a.m. Both liars.
Yeah, and New Brunswick, sorry, you made a comment earlier on as well about the CCTV as well. So it's catching the mother. The mother's called Jennifer, and it's caught her out on a lie, because she's you know, like telling one story and then the CCTV is telling another story. You know, so she's lying. She's trying to, you know, stick up for him. You know, he's going down, and she needs to go down as well. You know, that it's disgusting to do that to a child, and to have that type of person around your child as well. Wow.
Well, it's safeguarding, isn't it? She's not done her job as a mother.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, I just, like, I'm not saying, you know, some amazing people out there, you know, but I wouldn't have anyone around my kids, because like my kids are just like, you know, youngsters are turning into teenagers now, and I don't trust, you know, I don't want another man, you know, sort of around my girls at that age. You know, we all need our privacy in our house. It's a girly house. Even the dogs are girls, and the cats are girl as well. There's no boys in our house. There'd be, you know, I just want to know that my girls have a safe upbringing, you know. And I just, oh my God, I just can't imagine that poor girl, like in her last days, and then even like with the mum possibly knowing what's going on, and she's been abused and lost her life. Like it's just so sad. It's devastating, isn't it?
It is. You know, it's really upsetting that anyone could even do that.
Yeah, there's got to be a special place in hell for these absolute motherfuckers who are doing this. They absolutely disgust me. It's just beyond words.
You know, they're innocent people, like little children as well, and
Yeah,
it just breaks my heart.
it's heartbreaking, isn't it? You know, and it's just, you know, imagine if somebody had found out about what was going on and she was able to be saved from that. You know, was there no family or school surrounding it? Was she going to school and was she hiding it from teachers?
New Brunswick. So he done a battery reset on his phone. Was that so they couldn't get any data and location data off him?
That they can do though. That people think if they do like a factory reset on the phone, it results back to factory settings, but they can still, you know, the right people, techies can go in and pull off information. But yeah, probably trying to stop the location and maybe some messages that have gone out as well. If they've discussed it, if you've been discussing it with their mum, oh, it makes me sick.
She was found, I can't even read that word out because it's just disgusting, a day after her 13th birthday.
Because I've got that stage my kids are at, you see, and
that's good
wow.
news, Brunswick. I'm glad they got it all.
Yeah.
When they interviewed the mother, she didn't even look worried or upset.
It's absolute. That. Like it's my little baby's 14th birthday today, and you know, in my eyes, she's still a baby. I know she's a 14-year-old, but she's always going to be my baby. You know, like on birthdays, you remember, you know, bringing them into this world and all the hopes and everything that you have for them. And I was looking at her today and how proud I am of her, and how anyone can be malicious like that to their own baby. It just boggles my mind. It really, really does.
He said it was accidental that he factory reset his phone. You can't even do that accidentally. You have to put password in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you have to. You go to factory reset, and then it asks. I think it asks you if you're sure about 3 or 4 times, because it's like basically like you're going to lose a lot of information. And yeah, you put your password in, and then it'll do it, won't it? So that you can't do that accidentally. That's bullshit. Castration, Ellie, you're right. Lob it off. A bobbit job. Does anyone talk about bobbit? Does everyone remember the bobbit job where the lady basically castrated a fella?
No.
Am I showing? Do you not know that? Okay, it's a really old one. And then he has it sewn back on. I think she went and drove away, threw it out the car window, and then they found it and he sewed it back on, and then he became a porn star. Oh, but no, seriously.
I think this is turning into what's Cupcake watched, because I haven't seen any of it.
Oh, thanks, Boundary. I'll pass on the happy birthday to Fluffy Junior. Oh, bless her heart. I think she's just playing on a new computer today.
You've only got one today, haven't you?
Yeah.
No arguments tonight.
No, yeah. Having two teenagers in the house is challenging.
Hug remembers that one.
Yeah. Do you remember the bobbit? Oh my god. It was so funny. You just can't make it up, can you, that one? It was just it was all over the papers, and like you'd watch like This Morning, and they were even talking about it on places like that. And I think he did an interview. So funny. But yeah, Ellie's right though.
We all agree with you, Ellie.
Lob her off. You know, at the end of the day, but really, well, they can do it chemically as well, can't they? They can do a chemical castration where they can't like basically has all hormones, and they can't get an erection to do anything. So maybe they need to look at doing that to sex offenders. And
I assume he hasn't got any kids himself.
Bloody hope not. Well, any child that he's been involved in, if he's gone out and dated their mum, you know, they need to go and speak to them and find out if they're okay. Or if anyone harms any of my kids, blowing up. I'm so protective of my kids. I would literally I'd end up doing something drastic. I think I'd lose my shit.
It is worrying though, isn't it, when there's people out there like that?
Yeah, really. You know, I think it's every mother's worst fear, isn't it? That your little encounter someone like that. If you're normal and wired up properly and everything.
I was going to say every normal mother's worst nightmare. It's because you do get, like you say, well, we could see that from just this case alone. There's some mums out there, it's like they would do anything to like make sure their partner's happy rather than their child. Like, even if it's just not even in that sense, and it's just like,
maybe they have just got a very sadistic nature as well, because obviously there are women who are peas as well, and you know, but it's they've brought a child into the world, and then they want to harm the child. It's just sick, isn't it? It's just, I can't get my head around it. I'll never get my head around it. I'm not even going to try. It's a mental depravity, isn't it? I suppose. Whether or not
it's not just men, it's women as well, and
whether or not it's a woman who's being coerced into it by a man because she'll do anything to please a man, and the worst thing in her life would be being without her man, but a child doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or it could be that the mother gets off on it as well, gets some sort of sadistic thrill from it all, which, wow.
Sorry if you heard a bang then. I asked Jo to chuck some juice at me for my vape, and she launched it at me. I just caught it in front of the mic.
I was like, I'm having to have a vape a lot. I'm just like sitting there going, my vape.
Literally just emptied mine.
These cases. Oh.
But yeah, I think it's an hour and 37, so I think that's probably enough tonight. We did say it was going to be a shorter one, but it's got longer than what we thought.
Yeah, we put you all to sleep now.
Yeah,
don't have any nightmares. I've got to try and watch say, don't have any nightmares. Please sleep.
Oh, Sharon, hope you get better soon. But yeah, I think my bed's calling me as well. I'm absolutely shattered. But thank you all for joining us tonight. I know it wasn't anything structured tonight, but it was nice just to have a chat about other stuff and, you know, talk about all of this stuff with you all, because it is worrying what goes on in the world.
Yeah, it gives me food for thought, and you know, maybe certainly the funeral homes thing. I think I want to cover it. I want to learn more about how wide scale this is. So I've got that part of me that wants to do it, but then again, having lost a lot of people recently, I don't know if you know, sort of mentally I could deal with that side of things, you know. But I do want to know what's happened.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on it.
I'll tell you what, I've had the cold, didn't I? Earlier this week, I couldn't speak properly. Do you know what, guys? Right, I lost my voice. Yeah,
you're so quiet.
I still chat yapping around, but get yourself a ginger shot. They sell them in Sainsbury's and Marks and Spencer food and all that. It's just a shot of ginger. I think it's in lemon juice, but by God, I call it the balm. It just literally it made me feel a lot better. you just have a shot of that, and I was like, it kicked the arse of this cold. So I think they've got superpowers in ginger, because I just noticed Ellie's saying recommending ginger tea, but try those ginger shots as well. If you've got the cold, like sore throat, cough, have a shot of ginger. Honest to God, wow, it's good stuff.
Yeah, not nice, but it will work.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know if everyone enjoys just sort of having a freelance chat about all the stuff and putting the world to rights.
Yes. Hopefully it's been all right tonight. You've all enjoyed it. But yeah, it's like when we get some updates on the case, obviously we will let you all know. But it's been nice to just do this and just chat about what you guys wanted to chat about as well, really.
Yeah, it's good to sort of go a bit off piece, isn't it, a little bit, and just talk about other things as well. You know, those ginger shots are fab, fluffy. They blooming are. They're dog's bollocks. They're really good. Just I literally, if anyone's ill in my family, I've literally given them out to my mum, my dad, my sister, everyone, the kids. Literally, like, you know, they sort you out really quickly.
We brought something like that back from Poland, didn't we? In those glass bottles.
Or something better.
We
put something better.
Oh, yeah, it was something better, but it was strong stuff from Poland. We brought that back. Yeah, I think it kind of soon disappeared as soon as like winter started arriving and the flu started. I think I was just tipping it down Joe's neck in the end.
Oh. Yeah,
that will get better.
We had a 100-day cough, and it was just horrible. Like the whole, you know, me and the girls had it, and we were like, you know, and then I discovered this ginger shot in it, so I started like taking a shot, and I was like, oh my God, this is really helping. And it was only like literally about a few days after I started taking the ginger shots, and I actually got better. Ellie, we've missed you too.
She said she's missed so much of this live. She was late.
Bless your heart.
You can catch up though, Ellie.
But yeah,
it's been a bit of everything tonight.
Yeah, because I made us late because it was obviously my daughter's birthday, so things you have to sort of do family stuff, and you know, and then I thought I'd be home a bit sooner, but hey ho, we're here now. Yeah, and it's been so good. I've really enjoyed tonight.
No, it's been nice.
I've enjoyed it, but some of the topic matter has been quite disturbing, so don't dwell on any of some of the stuff we've talked about, but we might cover that again because it's UK based, isn't it? We might have a look at that again.
Yeah, but go and watch some YouTube, go and do something different to take your mind off it before you go to sleep tonight. I think I might go and beat G.I. Joe at Mario Kart.
Yeah. Who's best? Who wins?
Me? Always me.
No.
We're getting literally close, like neck and neck as we go. Like we'd be sitting back chilling, and then all of a sudden we're getting like the last lap, and we get closer and closer to the end, and we're both sitting up straight trying to beat each other over the finish line. You should see us when we're playing. We're actually quite funny. And I love throwing the bombs behind me and blowing her up.
I just love it a lot. I'm laughing at G.I. Joe's writing, no, don't listen to it.
It's quite comical to watch, really. And then all of a sudden I'll be driving and this banana skin will go past my head and land just in front of me, and I'll spin out and I'll be like, yeah. It's
good fun, isn't it? Just to sort of take your mind off things, isn't it? Sort of settle you down. Yeah, I've got some games that I play. You know, they always make me tired. You know, if you're like you're tired, you know you're tired, but you can't like nod off.
Yeah,
I play some of these sort of skill games. You know, where they're a bit boring, and then you kind of like nodding off a bit.
Yeah, I used to
where
do
you've
like the
got
word games like that because it used to tire me out.
Yeah, there's one called like Fish Dom. I always go on, and you have like your own aquarium, and then you go in, and then you have to like match up colours and stuff like that.
Never heard of that one.
It's like really boring, but you just it makes you sleepy though. It just like makes your eyes droop, and then you're sort of like nodding off. You like your head's bouncing up and down like sleepy, and then you're like, right, I can go sleep now.
Yeah.
It's good.
You leave my car alone. It's not a Mario Kart.
Mario Karts. Oh, I'll have to get that on my daughter's computer because she does have it new. So I think she's got some games included with this computer. So I might add on the Mario Kart. And I'll go
brilliant.
See which one she'll win. She'll beat me.
You should get a Nintendo Switch, and then we can do cross-platform, and you can join in with the drive. You got a Switch? Oh, you need to get Mario. Yeah, so we can all drive together.
Oh,
I have two of you to blow up.
Oh my god! Yeah, I have to get the hang of that one. And I played it. I did play it years ago when it first came up. Do you know what? We might even have it here. I'm gonna have to go and check the games for it. Because it was.
Anyone else got a Switch and wants to join us for a drive on Mario Kart? Let us know.
Yeah, should we have a True Finders Mario Kart session? He wins.
But no, thank you all guys for joining us. I know it's a Saturday night, but it's been nice just to chill and have a good chat with you all.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on and bearing with us and everything. And we'll be on again. I think next week. Have you got any plans next week?
I'd have to let you know. But
yeah,
I've got some things planned up for next week, but I can't remember when. And normally I remember the night before.
Yeah, I know. I need to check my diary. Actually, I think I've got some workmen coming to do some stuff on the house. So I'll have to see when that is. But
your setup works well. Two of you chatting and one in the tech in the background and watching over chat. Yeah, it does. That's the way we like it.
We sometimes talk over each other like that, and that's like just because we can't see each other physically when we're talking, and we don't know if we're going to say anything. So we're not being rude or anything when we do that. It's just like accident, but it does work like this because we've got G.I. Joe is just the bomb. She just puts the stuff up in the background, and that really helps because when we're trying to explain something, sometimes you need like the visuals, don't you?
No,
but yeah, we're going to bed as well. I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and have a chat with my daughter before she goes to sleep.
You see what Joe's putting up on the screen? Because I said I always remember the night before.
You say you drive up north?
No, because I said I always remember like the night before. She went, yeah, like Jen about her child's birthday today. She realised that it was today.
Yeah, it's like when you haven't got the calendar in front of you and you can't see the dates, and it's just like, oh, next week, yeah, I haven't got any plans, and then I'm like, yeah, that was a bit of a major cock off. I'll put my hands up to that one.
But yeah,
she has a nice day. She has a nice day. We've been trampolining. I haven't been trampolining. Shine a light. That would be like. They'd be filming me if I got on the trampoline. It would end up on blooming
YouTube,
TikTok or something. Yeah, Fluffy goes goes trampolining. Oh no, but yeah, both my daughters had a lovely day, and then they got to what I think what tops it off right was them having not one nana but both nanas, so off mum and dad's side, and a great nana as well. And we sat down and ate birthday cake, and nice. I thought that was so cute.
No, lovely.
That's special when that happens.
No, it is.
So, but
lovely.
I
I'm glad
love
you
you.
had a good day.
Oh,
So yeah, right. So good night, guys.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yeah.
Have a chilled one tomorrow, I think.
And as Arnie Schwarzenegger says, hasta la vista, babies. We'll be back.
In it,
Soon.
back. Right. Good night, everyone. Speak soon.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Big loves. Bye.
Next slide.